How's it going, everyone? It's Artifact, and today we are going to make some wicked neurofunky kind of chord drama bass line ting. Let's have a listen to the loop. All of the rest of the sounds I made on a live stream on my Patreon. If you join it, you can still watch exactly how I made all of the other stuff. We're going to get into the chords today. So pretty nice. And I'm going to show you exactly how I made them in about 5 minutes. Basically, we start off with this synth that I've been using called Vital. Can you believe it? It's a basic patch. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to take these effects I've put off. Start off just with a saw. What we're going to do is play in some chords. So my track is in the key of C, and I'm going to play in kind of like 2 notes at a time, but they're all sort of rooted with F, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 semitones up from C. So the bass and the kicks and everything, snare, is all at C. But then these chords, they're adding like some extra lead, so I'm going to make them a higher note. They're an F. And then on top of the F, I'm just going to change the 1 extra note that's on top of it. So number 1, we start off with a C sharp, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 semitones up. So obviously 7 semitones up would be like technically a chord in scale, but 8, one up, one above that, is going to create that tension at the beginning. So we've got that. And then we go down to the C, which is like the key of the track again. And then we go down to A sharp, which is obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 semitones up from that F. So it's kind of in scale. And then on the last one, we actually go down to a C, so it's the F and the C together. So if we just listen to it as it is, like just with the saw wave. So it's quite a nice little pattern, and all we do with this saw wave is turn up the unison, so you can already hear it's got that wide kind of spread to it, and then we just got the smear mode on, just to kind of dirty it up a bit. Then we're going to frequency modulate in a sine wave, which is pitched down an octave. So this one also, I've gone on to transpose snap and turned it onto F and global snap. So every time we're hitting the chord, it's actually only playing the F, which is kind of the root of this kind of these chords. So every time there's 2 notes, the sine wave is only playing the F. So then we're going back onto oscillator 1, and this is coming in to here via the frequency modulation. So it's getting pretty gnarly, quite aggressive. And then this second oscillator here is just adding some extra higher harmonics. It's just a saw wave, and it's mono, and it's got the vocoder turned up, and it sounds terrible on its own, but with everything else, sounds like one tasty bowl of soup to me. So we've got, you can see how sort of heavy I'm pushing it. It's sort of distorting so much, but I just don't care. Then we're going to go into the chorus and the effects. And I talked about in this tutorial yesterday. If you didn't watch it, shame on you. The chorus, we basically take it down to freeze. So it stops the chorus moving around. So we just have these extra voices, and we can create reverb out of them by turning up the feedback. Yeah, don't want to go too hard because we're not in Berghain. And then we just turn the mix back down to 16% or so. You know, these chords are insane. Yeah. Then that's basically it. I was done with it. Put a camel crusher on the end. Put a bunch of effects on it. You don't need to know about those. Well, unless you want to have a private lesson with me, which is quite cheap, then maybe I'll tell you a bit more about those, eh? Yeah, that kind of ties that together, and then I kind of bounced it out, did a bunch of processing, which you don't really need to know about. Might make a Patreon exclusive tutorial on this one as well, actually. Oh, cheeky. Anyway, definitely hope you learned a little bit about the stuff and also the chord pattern I used. I hope you can sort of create something similar in your own music to make it sound better so that other people can enjoy it more and we can all sort of grow together and be happy and hope that one day we can party together again.